whole bite. Ow! Ow! Oh my god!
Our South African adventures continue, but today we're flying from the mega city of Johannesburg to the coastal treasure of Cape Town. You're about to see what this breezy travel day entails, but we're also going to show you the luxury waterfront digs where we're crashing for the next 3 nights, and we're going to take you on a very different kind of African safari that's just outside of the mother city. Let's get to it.
We're the Lockwoods, and we're traveling the world to experience up close and in person all the natural wonders and distinct cultures that our kids would otherwise see only in textbooks and TV. We had a fantastic 5 days in Johannesburg, but we're on the move. And I honestly couldn't be in a better mood. We had such a great time here, and it's only the beginning. We have so much to look forward to on this entire trip, and I know we're gonna have a great 3 days in Cape Town because we have a lot packed in there.
I'm gonna hug a penguin. I don't care. In this video, you're gonna see me hug a penguin, and I've made up my mind. I don't care if I get arrested.
Or his eye being poked out. I told him that's a real danger. He said, I don't care, it'll be worth it. We're flying on Airlink. That's a South African airline, and it's a non-stop 2-hour flight. That's a long walk to our airplane.
It's a little crowded in here. Tight quarters. This will be the shortest flight we've had in quite a while, a little over 2 hours. Our flights average 7 hours or so.
Cape Town's gonna be the second of 5 total stops on this whole trip.
Remain seated with your seatbelts unfastened.
Must now be switched off, and headsets must be removed.
Snack box.
We're finally here. It was pretty bumpy. I'm a very nervous flyer, so I didn't like that. But I like that we're on the ground now.
Madagascar radiation is Madagascar, but you can't miss it.
Hey, that was fast. I'm Phil.
This is Ace, my colleague.
Nice to meet you. I'm Erin. This is Brooklyn.
Hello.
Welcome to Cape Town. This is the oldest city in South Africa. And because of that, it has the nickname, the Mother City. It's also one of 3 capitals for the country. This one's the legislative capital because it's the headquarters of the parliament. Surprisingly, Johannesburg is not one of the other 2. And these guys are gonna help get us through the airport. So pick up our luggage, get us through all the little formalities that we need to do, get us out to our driver because we have private transportation to the resort and gonna get us all the way there. So pretty hands off for us, nothing to worry about. Always a nice thing when you're going to a brand new city through a brand new airport.
20 minutes, that's not bad. Only 20 minutes to our hotel, which is One&Only.
They said they have giant Madagascar day geckos, and if you don't know what that is, those are my 2 pet geckos at home, and I'm gonna catch their cousin.
We've actually met another guide from the concierge service. So it's really like a handhold from the time you get off the plane till the time you go to your next plane if you're traveling by plane, all the way until we leave the country. So we have nothing to worry about. Every question is answered immediately. Everything is at our fingertips.
Luggage tags.
Okay.
This is a card, emergency. So the landline number is Monday to Friday, 8 till 5.
We get a travel book. So it's really nice leather. But here's an emergency contact number that we can use and call anytime 24/7 if we need it. So new luggage tags. And these books are going to be so useful. This one has a bunch of different information in it, but mostly our day-to-day schedule. So it's all laid out for us in so much detail. I mean, we're trying to have an open mind, go with the flow, expect the unexpected, but it's all written down here, so we should know what to expect. And this is awesome! This is mostly for our safaris that we're doing later in the week, and it has all kinds of information about the animals and the region, the people. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. And then we can use these for little check marks when we do our safari. But hopefully, we're definitely gonna see the big 5. We'll see.
And the big 5, in case you don't know what those are, would be the lion, the leopard, the elephant, the rhino, and the African buffalo.
But there's another special animal we're gonna see tomorrow. I'm so excited we're staying at One&Only. This is our first time staying at one of their hotels. It's a luxury hotel chain, and it's beautiful.
Okay, baby.
check-in was so easy. Everything's pre-paid for, including free breakfast. I guess it's not free, it's just paid for already. It's included.
And we're crossing a bridge right now because our room is actually on the island of the resort. This is the main building.
And we'll be right by their world-class spa, but we don't really have much time for relaxing. We are out for adventure. We want to see the sights. We don't want to lay down and relax. Not for us, huh?
There's a geek.
And let's come on up and see our room. It's lovely. So we have 2 rooms. One room for Phil and me, and the kids will share the other one. I'm thinking this is our room because we got the 1 king bed. And this is obviously the kids' room because they have little gifts for them. Brooklyn, what did you get for your little gift?
You can frost your own cookies with this.
They gave me a woodcraft construction kit.
It is so nice to be spread out after staying in a hotel in the same room a couple of nights. It's not as easy as having 2 separate rooms and a door that we can close for privacy. And I love the bathrooms. I'm so happy that we have a tub and there's a separate toilet area, and the shower has a mirror in it, which is awesome. And the mini bar is hiding from us behind the door right when you walk in. So the coffee and the crunchies and some of the sodas are complimentary, but the booze is extra. We have to pay for the wine and the beer and the liquor.
There's nothing mini about this mini bar. Like, some of these are full-size booze bottles. Cape Finbos Gin, Sugarbird. All right, that's not quite full-size, but it's big. One&Only rum. Wilderer vodka. Oh no, Vin, this makes me miss you, buddy. Wish our friends, the Ocampos from the Mom Duty channel, were here so they could whip up some cocktails for the whole group. Full wine bottles, brandy, cream. That's awesome. Here are the crunchies that Aaron was talking about. Those look good. I'm definitely gonna have one of those later.
Let's check out this view. We're right on the canal, and it leads to like the main city area. And our host, our concierge, said that this is the safest area in Cape Town, so no issues getting a paddleboard and going to the city center or walking. We're really in a great spot.
There's so much to explore here, but I think we're gonna get settled in for the night. We're gonna get a really good night's sleep because tomorrow we've got that really exciting adventure coming up, and we wanna be very rested. So we'll see you then.
Good morning! It is a beautiful morning in Cape Town. We're gonna go meet our guide, Dean, the same guide we met at the airport yesterday.
Now, for Colt's entire life, his favorite animal has been the penguin. Ever since my grandmother gave him a stuffed penguin when he was a newborn baby, he's been in love, and he's always wanted to hug a penguin, which I'm pretty sure isn't going to happen. But we are heading to a special beach here in South Africa where you can interact with the penguins, so we're gonna take it about as far as we can possibly take it within the limits of the law and safety. Colt, are you excited?
Yes, and I'm gonna hug one, and I don't care.
I know it's funny, if you've been watching our channel, you're probably gonna think that lizards and geckos are his favorite, but the penguin, indeed, obsessed since a baby.
Thanks, buddy.
Penguins,
Yeah?
you can touch them and even swim with them and interact with them while swimming.
You are allowed to swim because it's at the beach, but the interaction with the touching, that is what they don't want. You'll see signs as well. It will say that they'll fine you if you touch. Blast.
Thank you. So before we see these penguins, which is actually gonna be in a little bit, we're gonna hit a couple of other places just to get a better feel for the area. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous beach. And we're right here under the shadow of what's called the 12 Disciples, this mountain range right up here. What an incredible place to live. Turns out this is one of the most expensive chunks of real estate in South Africa, the Atlantic seaboard.
Actually, that's 12 apostles, not disciples. I'm not the only one who makes mistakes.
Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go!
Now, when we were in Johannesburg, we talked about the apartheid movement and the segregation and all of the different facilities and everything that they had during the times of apartheid. One of the things that specifically here in Cape Town existed to that effect would be different beaches. And what we have over here is Maiden's Cove, and this was for non-whites. And then just down the coast over here is Camps Bay, and that was the beach for the whites. And you can see the clear difference between the quality, essentially, and beauty of these two different areas. One's barely even a beach, it's really just tide pools, whereas down here you have the beautiful sand beaches right under the view of the 12 apostles. and with the nice waves coming up and crashing, it's absolutely gorgeous. But such were the times of apartheid.
That water's dirty. I don't know why anyone would go down there. I'm going that way.
So the kids have no interest in the other beach. They just want to be at this one because of the rocks. They love climbing around here. I'm trying to keep up with them. They just are taking off, going from rock to rock. But they want to climb the biggest one before we go. I told them it's time to go, but they're like, nope, gotta get to the top of the biggest boulder. But the rocks are actually really easy to climb. They give you a really good grip on your feet because it's pretty jagged, which is a good thing when you've got your tennis shoes on. Like these, my Allbirds. There's an animal up there. What is that? They're looking it up and they think that it's a type of giant rat, but we're gonna get confirmation with Dean when we get to the car, and we gotta get to the car because we have more places to go.
Oh my gosh, they're so stunning. Look at them. They're so cute, look at them.
So Dean just confirmed that they are dassies. They're mammals that are native to Africa and the Middle East. So exciting, kids saw their very first new animal in Africa already. I was just saying how great these shoes are for the climbing and walking and running. Like, they are the best everything shoe, and this is not an ad. We are in love with Allbirds. We'll put a link in the description for you because our lives are changed since we found Allbirds. Best shoes ever. Phil's had his for over 2 years. I just got a new pair. He also has a new pair on the way for when we get home. So we're never going back.
Right, it's not an ad, but these actually are part of our Stuff We Love collection on our website. And this pair in particular that both of us have are like wearing socks, and we don't even have to tie or untie them. All we do is slip them on and off. They're super comfortable.
Just realized we're right below the world famous Lion's Head. That's a hiking trail. People love it around here. I found the Dassie in the book we got yesterday, so we get to check off our first animal. It didn't take long for our guide Dean to see how much Colt loves animals after meeting him. So he has planned a little something extra for us. He's taking us to Cape Point Ostrich Farm. There are a few other animals other than ostriches, so we're gonna explore the place. They went way ahead of us. We've got catching up to do.
Well, Brooklyn made some friends, and turns out they're kids who actually live here. So she's gonna hang with them while the rest of us go and check out the animal situation.
Wow, look at all the tortoises. Ooh, that's a big one.
There must be 20 tortoises just in this little area. And she tells us that this little guy with the smooth shell, his name is Rudy, and he's 105 years old. It's a good thing Brooklyn's not with us right now, or she'd make some joke about you, baby.
They're up there. They're feeding the ostriches. We're missing it. Let's go. I want to see him do it. I just love seeing him so happy. Ah, good they waited for us.
Colt?
Yes?
Say the story about which one is the male and the female.
The female is the light colored one, and the male is the dark colored one with the orange beak.
Because with birds, it's almost always the pretty one is the male, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
tell us how to feed them.
So you make your hand flat, and you put a bunch of food on there, and they will bite you. It's gonna bite you with force. He bit me twice, but it's like a massage. It's weird how it feels.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous for them to like peck at me.
Flatten it out more. Yeah, flatten out your hand. Flatten out your hand more. Just blunt force. Oh,
Blunt
Daddy's
force.
coming up on you.
Okay.
It's so fun. I know, gosh, it is. But look at how large their feet are. I know it's kind of scary. But
You need your hand real flat.
real
so
flat,
that
like, yeah, and he is gonna bite you, but it feels good.
Ow!
you can take your whole hand.
Ow! Oh my god! Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt! Okay, I'm not doing that ever.
Okay, let's see if I have better luck than Brooklyn and not getting bit. Is that enough? It is hard to get him to not take your whole hand.
All done. Baby sign language. He's yelling the best part of my day so far. And he hasn't even seen the penguin. This trip is not just checking off some bucket list items for me. It is Colt's bucket list that's here too.
And there's babies! Can you see it?
Babies!
Where are the babies? Where are the
They're
babies?
next to the mom. Colt and I were just arguing about our book if we can check off the ostriches. But no, it doesn't count. They were in captivity, but they're in the wild right there. This is intense.
See their heads up there, hun? Yeah, don't get too close to the mama. This is not at all what I really anticipated Cape Town looking like in terms of geography. It is stunningly beautiful.
I'm so glad that we did this today, getting outside of Cape Town, the city a bit. And we're gonna explore the city properly tomorrow. So we're gonna get every side of Cape Town, hopefully.
We are currently standing on the southwesternmost point of the entire continent of Africa. This is called the Cape of Good Hope, which you could normally see by looking at the signage over here. Unfortunately, this entire crowd is of people who want to take a picture next to that sign. We're gonna...
I'm good.
Yeah, Erin just tripped. But we're gonna skip that. We're gonna walk right around and see the Cape itself.
We've worked up an appetite from all this excitement and animals and scenery. Dean has booked us reservations at someplace awesome, he said. This view is stunning. Ostrich carpaccio, first thing on the menu.
How could we possibly eat ostrich after having such a special moment with them? Of course, I guess they did try to bite our hands off, so it's just getting even. Sitting in such a beautiful place, with this beautiful weather in a brand new country, really makes me wish we were with our very, very best friends in the whole wide world, the Ocampos from Mom Duty Channel.
Phil and I got the same thing, fire roasted prawns. We had to get seafood because they mostly have seafood on the menu.
Despite the fact that we were playing with ostrich earlier, I mean, honestly, whenever we travel, we really like to get a good taste of the local flavor, so we did have to get the ostrich.
No! Please no! I want to try it though.
All right, you can definitely try it, buddy. And I think we got beets on top of it. Let me see. Yeah, beets. Very, very rare. You know, not a whole lot of flavor, like not gaminess, not anything unusual. That could just be beef as far as I'm concerned, and I can barely tell the difference. But part of that could just be having the beets on top. Here, cool.
At least it's being shared. Definitely different. I was gonna expect to agree with Dad. I mean, like it tastes like beef. I think it's better than beef. It's like raw tuna. I would totally have this as nigiri.
Dean didn't just have us come here for the food and the views. There's another thing he wants us to see here.
Yes, 4 tickets. The 4th ticket is for the whole family. They'll scan the barcode.
Dean has gotten us 4 tickets to Cape Point Funicular, the lighthouse here. I've never been in a cable car like this. You guys want to go up here?
So it's basically like a bus. It's small and on cable.
And steep.
Closing doors now.
It looks like you can walk up to right next to it. It's a little path. That's a prettier view. The higher up you go, the more you can see.
Well, the cable cars only take us so far. It looks like we have another 100 meters or so that we gotta hike up these stairs, and I'm gonna estimate 10, 20, 110 stairs. Let's go.
Wow. It's really pretty, and you can really see how green the water is from up here. So now we're 249 meters above sea level. This lighthouse was in operation from 1860 to 1919. Oh, this is interesting. It proved to be ineffective as it was often covered by cloud and mist. Yeah, I've noticed that about Cape Town last night. In the evening, there was like a fog, a mist that came in over the mountains. So with this being up so high, it would be ineffective. That makes sense. All right, you guys ready to go back? Yeah. Let's go down.
This is what I've been waiting for. I want to look at the penguins. That's a seagull. Not a penguin, that's a seagull. I don't see any.
Oh my god! It's so cute!
It's right there. It's so cute, there's 3 of them. Let's go find more. I want to find more penguins. I want to find a baby.
That was so exciting to see his first reaction to the penguin. We're actually going to Foxy's Beach to see a colony of them, so there should be a lot more there. And there's another Dossie on our way.
Is that a baby? There's a baby. Oh my gosh, I think it's a baby. But I mean, imagine that standing up and walking around. That's a small penguin. I like the ones in Antarctica that are like super tall, like that tall.
It's interesting they mentions Antarctica because that's where most people know penguins from. So you might be thinking, what are penguins doing in a place like Africa? Well, they actually swam here from Antarctica way back in the day.
One nice thing about having a private guide is that you get to skip the lines. So we went right through and we're heading over to an observation area to a large colony of penguins, and there's blocked off so you can't touch them, they can't touch you despite Colt's best efforts. Colt wants to look through here, and literally 10 minutes ago I looked on the ground and found 5 rand. I picked it up. I almost never pick up money from the ground, but instinctively I did. It cost 5 rand.
Oh my gosh, I can see it.
What do you see?
The ocean. Oh my gosh, there's a ton on the rock right there, and I can see it perfectly. There's like 10. Which rock? Oh, over there, over there, over there.
Just like that, Colt saw them, Brooklyn saw them, they're like, all right, we're done. It's not as exciting if you can't approach them, which I understand. It's hard, there's a lot of temptation. But now, we're gonna go to a swimming area so the kids can get in the water if they want, and sometimes the penguins will swim with you there.
Just to illustrate this swim to you, this is Antarctica with this South Pole right in the center. Here is where they swam, up to the southern tip. Now, if they had decided to instead swim to Chile, they could just cross Drake's Passage, much, much shorter. They went 10 times farther.
They're just like many other explorers, is definitely by accident. They probably arrived in Africa thinking it was Chile.
Okay, Colt, real slow and low, and remember the rules.
Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that we'd see so many cool and interesting animals before we even start our safari. We weren't expecting this. We thought we would come and see some penguins, but we didn't realize the excitement that the kids would have and the interaction we would actually get to have. We were imagining that they would just see them from afar, but there's just so much interaction because there's so much more accessibility to such cool animals. And we have so much to be grateful for. Traveling across Africa, the amazing resort that we're staying at, and the excitement that we get to see on the kids' faces.
Our South African adventures are still just getting started because tomorrow we're doing a lot more hopping around Cape Town. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you have any suggestions for our trip, but be sure to follow us along. Thanks.
Phil said I had something green in my teeth. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Okay. But there's another special animal we're gonna see tomorrow.
Penguins.
You're not supposed to say it, dude.
I did.
And tomorrow's gonna be a different episode, so be sure to like, subscribe, and follow.
And just
That's not a thing. Follow's not a thing. Like, subscribe, and
follow, subscribe, and follow us.
I got a female, and he's chunky.
You mean she?
How do you know
She-
it's a female?
Look, right there. You see their
The
cheeks?
spines? Yeah, yeah.
So, well, no, not the
jowls.
spines.
Okay.
The jowls, yes.
Got it.
But the male won't have as much of a
Okay.
head like that.
Okay.
They'll have more of a lizard head.
All right.
But yeah, and look, pink tail.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Oh, let's see it.
But the males have blue tails sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes only. And they'll have blue sides. This guy has like a reddish side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the scales are red, like on his feet
Uh-huh.
and right there.
Okay.
All right, let him go. We're hungry.